There, particularly for you who are mothers, there's no room in the womb, is there? Except for the baby. There's no room in the tomb either, except for the body. But in between those two times, we spend our time acquiring things, right? We acquire all kinds of things: power, possessions, pleasure. I mean, it's not just things that we acquire titles and names and degrees and all kinds of things. We're all about acquisition. But at the end of the day, when we're leaving this world, what good is it all? The great evangelist Billy Graham said, "You don't see trailer hitches on hearses. You don't see U-Hauls being pulled behind hearses because you can't take it with you. We can't." And yet, for some reason, that seems to be the most driving force in our lives, is to acquire, and like I said, it's not just possessions, it's other things. It's what Thomas Aquinas called the intoxicants: power, prestige, pleasure, and possessions. We're always trying to gather that stuff in. And we hear Jesus today warning us away from that. We hear Paul warning us away from that. Because at the end of the day, we get that new cell phone. It'll make us happy for a little while until the next new cell phone comes out. And then the next new cell phone comes out. Or the better car comes out. Or whatever. Or the bigger house. It fails to satisfy. And God says, what good does it do you to acquire all these things? It's not going to make you happy. And at the end of the world, it's not going to matter. What's going to matter is, what kind of person were you? Did you love one another? Did you care for other people? Did you behave like a Christian? Were you a good person? My brothers and sisters, there is not an app for life. The only app we have, the only guidance we have, is Scripture. And so we're called to love one another and care for one another. Because possessions will all pass away. Only God is eternal.